Good morning. Today we are discussing very important topic which is related to microbiology, human immunodefensive virus. Before starting our detailed discussion about HIV, we will discuss about some general properties of viruses. Viruses are small, obligate, intracellular infective agents containing only one type of nucleic acid. It may be DNA or maybe RNA as their genome. Viruses are Viruses have no metabolic activity outside the living cells. They do not they do not possess a cellular organization and they lack the enzyme necessary for protein and nucleic acid synthesis. Now coming to our topic, human immunodefensive virus. As I told you that virus containing one type of nucleic acid, it may be DNA or maybe RNA. So HIV is a RNA virus. Now, retroviruses are the RNA viruses that belongs to family Retroviridae. HIV, the retrovirus family is Retroviridae. Member of this family possess reverse transcriptase RNA directed DNA polymerase enzyme which prepares a DNA copy of the RNA genome in the host cell. HIV occur in two main types. Sorry, there is a typing mistake here. HIV occurs in two main types, HIV-1 and HIV-2. HIV is a causative agent of AIDS. Now coming to morphology, HIV is a spherical envelope virus. It is about 90 to 120 nm in diameter. It contains two identical copies of a single stranded RNA genome. It is associated with the viral RNA as a reverse transcriptase enzyme. Virus core is surrounded by a nucleocapsid composed of protein which contains lipoproteins. Here is the structure of HIV virus. HIV is an envelope virus. What does means? It means that there is a lipid bilayer outer membrane. Here you see that it is a lipid bilayer membrane which is envelope of glycoprotein spike. It is the envelope. Here is the RNA and nucleocapsid. It is a reverse transcriptase enzyme and a transmembrane glycoproteins. The bilayer is but it is not their own product. Bilayer is not their own product. It is stolen by their host cell. It is a stolen material and it is stolen by its host cell. Important glycoproteins, protein molecule which is present outer membrane such as glycoprotein, it is important. It is help to enter the host cell. In transmembrane protein GP120 membrane, it is help in primary attachment of CD4 molecule. Here GP is GP40 and here is GP41 glycoprotein which helps the fusion of the host cell membrane. Here GP is a glycoprotein and 120 and 41 is a molecular weight of that glycoproteins. Now, mode of transmission of HIV. There are three modes of transmission: sexual contact, parental transmission and perinatal transmission. Sexual contact is most important mode of transmission that occur among both homosexual as well as heterosexual individuals. In parental transmission, it may be occurred through blood after receiving infected blood transfusion, blood product and sharing contaminated syringes, and detail as in intravenous drug abusers, or it may be accidental inoculation. In perinatal transmission, infection may be transmitted from an infected mother to her child either transplacentally or perinatally. Transplacentally means infection through placenta. Clinical features: HIV infect all cells expressing at their surface the CD4 antigen, which is a receptor for virus. Here the term CD4 is a clustered differentiated molecule which is present in the surface of immune cells and it has different types of molecular functions. It is facts that primarily the CD4 is the lymphocytes. Now The USA has classified the clinical course of HIV infection into 4 groups. In group 1, acute HIV infection. In this, the illness is characterized by acute onset of fever, sore throat, skin rash, and lymphadenopathy. In second, asymptomatic infection. In this group, all infected persons who are usually well. Now in group third, persistent generalized lymphadenopathy. In this group is characterized by enlarged nodes. In group 4, symptomatic HIV infection. In this group, patients may develop symptoms like fever, diarrhea, weight loss, night sweat, and opportunistic infections. Here are the examples of opportunistic infection, such as bacterial, viral, mycotic, and parasitic. Mycotic, it may be tuberculosis. Viral, it may be herpes simplex virus. Mycotic, it may be candidiasis. And parasitic, toxoplasmosis. Here is the oral manifestation. Oral manifestation is very important for BDS students. The patients with AIDS. Sorry, here is a typing mistake. Patients with AIDS are at greater risk for bacterial and viral fungal infection of the mouth, because patients which have AIDS, they have low immunity, so they are at greater risk for any type of infections. In acute necrotizing ulcerative gingivitis may act as an indicator of patients may have AIDS. Herpes simplex virus may be present as multiple deeper and more painful oral lesions in the patients with AIDS. Now laboratory diagnosis. They have many tests such as specific tests. In this antigen detection, the P24 antigen is the earliest virus marker to appear in the blood. ELISA can be used for detection of this antigen. It may be useful for the diagnosis in window period. Window period, the time period from exposure of HIV infection when the body produces enough HIV antibodies and to be detected by the standard HIV test. Now virus isolation. It can be isolated from CD4 lymphocytes of periphery blood, bone marrow, and serum. Detection of viral nucleic acid. It is done by the PCR technique in polymerase chain reaction. It is highly sensitive and specific test, and it is also used for diagnosis in window period. Antibody detection. IgM antibody appears first, usually in 3 to 4 weeks. After the infection to be followed, the antibody IgG is produced. Now HIV infection persons remain negative for antibodies during the window period when the initial viral replication takes place. It is about 2 to 3 weeks. Now screening test maybe have ELISA test, rapid test, and simple test. In ELISA test, it is a method of it is most common method which we use. It is highly sensitive and specific test. ELISA kit contains both HIV1 and HIV2, and here the saliva is acceptable alternative for serum. Now rapid test. These tests take less than 30 minutes and do not require equipment of rapid test. This includes dot assay, particle agglutination, and HIV spot for COMB test. In simple tests, they take 1 to 2 hours only and do not require any expensive equipments. Now prophylaxis. No effective vaccine has been found. Rate of mutation of the virus is high, so difficulty in developing the vaccine. Treatment. Specific treatment with antiretroviral drugs, which is mainstay in the management of HIV infection. Highly active antiretroviral therapy is effective in inhibition of HIV replication. In most of HIV infected invisible, but major drawback is that therapy is the selection of resistant mutation. Now universal precautions which we need is use gloves while handling blood and body fluids, specimen and other object exposed to them. Limit use of needles and syringes to the situation for which there are no other alternative. Biological safety hood should be used for laboratory work, and some precautions are for sexual contact. The use of condoms can be prevented transmission of the virus. Sharing needles, contaminated syringes or needles should not be shared. All bloods and blood products are to be screened for HIV. This is also applied to donation for cornea, semen, marrow, kidney, and other organs. And most importantly, isolation of its patients and inhibition of treatment is very important. That's all for HIV. Thank you.